Hey everyone, this is Randy from BibleBuyingGuide.com. Today I'm taking a look at the Life Application Study Bible in KJV from Tyndale. This is a two-tone edition. Lots of material, lots of notes. Let's take a look. This is imitation. Now, normally I don't really care for imitation, but I like this one. It has a good-looking grain that looks good and feels good to the touch. It doesn't look cheap. It doesn't feel cheap. Of course, it is still imitation, so it's not going to last forever. But for the money, it's not bad. Perimeter stitched with a vinyl liner paste down. It doesn't look reinforced, so I don't know how long that would last. Presentation page on the thick glossy paper, and it includes a scripture reference and a background image. And then marriages, births, baptisms, deaths, husband and wife family trees, and then special memories. The paper, I think, is around 30 GSM. Just a guess. Don't know for sure. This is made in South Korea. There's our content. The paper itself is slightly off-white and does have a little bit of show through, especially in certain lighting. There's some information about the paragraph setting, paragraph breaks and things. Contributors, chronology of Bible events and world events, why Life Application Study Bible is unique, telling a little bit about how to use the Bible, what is application, features, and it steps you through all the features and how to use it here in the front. And it shows what all is in the back. Book introductions include a timeline across the top, vital statistics, a few paragraphs about the book. Each one has a graphic, and then blueprint, which gives you some more information. And it gives you an outline, and then some information that goes along with the outline, and then mega themes. So this is a table with a theme and the explanation and its importance. And then places in that book with a map, and then it spells out the key places and tells what they are, why they're important. And then the text. Now the text is 8-point font with about 16 to 18 words per line. Normally this is more than I prefer, and it is in paragraph. I usually like around 10 to 12 words per line, but I did find this to be readable because it does have enough space between the lines, and the text is on the flat part of the page, so there's no bending into the gutter, because the gutter has our references. Now you'll notice some explanations at the beginning of the text, and then this is an outline that's built into the text itself. And if there are footnotes, then they're placed under the text. After the text, we have information. Sometimes these are short little just informational articles. Sometimes these are biographies. Sometimes they are charts. And then commentary at the bottom. Most of the commentary has an application focus, not a lot of theology. It does have a little bit in there. And it doesn't include multiple points of view. It's just a single point of view. And this is just the typical Tyndale, which I think is going to be mainstream for the most part. And then it has a biography. And there are lots of these. I like the biographies a lot. They include a couple of paragraphs about the person and some key points, and then some key scriptures. One of the things I like about the way the text works, if the verse continues the previous sentence, then the first letter of that verse is a small letter rather than a capital letter. They don't stand them out on their own. The only time it does on their own is if it's a poetic setting. Poetry is in verse by verse. One problem with that, I'll show you. It's easier to show you than tell you. One problem with that is it doesn't really stand out as poetry. There's nothing really poetic about this. It's just verse by verse. I do like that it looks different from standard text. I think a poetic setting would have been a little nicer or a little better. It is red letter, and for the most part it's consistent. You might find a little bit of variation throughout in both the black and the red letter, but it's not bad. Not a lot. About a medium darkness. And dialogue is set apart. I like this. I like that design. So this is a readable text. Even though it has more words per line than I would prefer, it's still not bad. I was actually surprised. And then here is footnotes under the text. I was actually surprised preaching from it. I expected it to be difficult to preach from, but it's not that bad. I did have a little bit of difficulty trying to find some of the verse numbers, but the references are next to their verses, so that does help. So you can just look across and find a little bit easier. Between the Testaments, let's see what we got. Here's an article between the Testaments that shows the different periods of time and gives some information about each one. Has quite a bit of information in the back. Christian Workers Resource, and this includes some information how to become a Christian, some basics, some theology basics. So here you will find some theology. I always recommend using study material as reference and do your own study, because a lot of publishers have different points of view, and so just put them all together and see what they all say. Table of weights and measures, 365-day reading plan, and this gives you the day and the reading for that day, and it takes you through the Bible in biblical order. Master Index. This is an index to the study notes that are in the text. So this is the main topic and then subtopics. And then it gives you the reference and the page number. Lots of study notes, lots of topics. It includes people, places. Index to charts. These are the charts that are found within the text. Same with maps, index to maps. The maps that are found in the text. Personality profiles. So if you're looking for a specific person, you'll find them here. And then the dictionary concordance. This gives you the entry and then a short definition, and then the references. It's not as deep as some of the other material, but considering that the other material is here, this is still helpful for a study. And then lots of maps. 19 maps on 16 pages. And they include elevations, rainfall, borders, routes, distance, of course. Battle sites. It gives you some information about the places and locations. It gives you some dates and information about events that happen on those dates. It includes muted colors, and I love the colors in this. This is on the thick, glossy pages. So there you go. Life Application Study Bible, 2nd edition. It is a sewn binding. Let's take a look at our size and weight. 6 3/4 by 9 1/2 by 1 3/4. So it's the typical size of a study Bible. 3 pounds and 1 ounce. Excellent little study Bible. The Life Application notes are easy to read. They have a lot of devotional quality to them, a little bit of theology, but not a lot. It's a good resource for study, for sermon prep, for reading. The one thing I think I would change, I would like to see a little bit better poetic setting And I would like to see line matching. It does not include line matching. I think that would make it a little bit more readable. I wouldn't mind if the font were a touch darker, but it's not bad. Not bad at all. Where it is less readable is because of the show through the paper, because of not being line matched. I think line matching would solve a lot of that issue. So I was surprised how easy I could teach from it. Maybe if the verse numbers were a little bolder, they might stand out a little bit more. But yep, I like this. Not an in-depth theological study Bible, so it depends what you're looking for. But very good for character profiles, very good for application, which is, of course, the point. I'll place some links in the notes where you can make a purchase, and they are affiliate links. I do get part of that sale, and that does help keep BibleBuyingGuide.com running. And also, I'll put a link to the written review with more information. Thanks for watching.